The Obama administration taking the big banks for billions of dollars, and our next guest says the banks deserve it. Joining us now is Securities attorney Janice Malecki. Janice, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, you're perfectly okay with a $13 billion fine for J.P. Morgan for what they did in the crash. You've got 30 seconds. Make your case.
Absolutely. It was reported today in the news that $2 million of that is a penalty for their own conduct. The rest is disgorgement and restitution of ill-gotten gains, basically dirty money that it made in the 2008 financial crisis in the real estate markets, as well as what they inherited from Washington Mutual and Bear Stearns.
Aren't they being punished for what Washington Mutual and Bear Stearns did?
Look,
now, remember, please, at the height of the crash that was in late September 2008, that was the height of the panic. It was the government who pressured J.P. Morgan, please, take Bear Stearns away. I mean, do something for them. Take them over. And they did. They didn't have time to do due diligence. They took them over, and now the government says, oh, you wicked people, $13 billion, please.
That's nothing more than a PR campaign, in my opinion. First of all,
actually true.
Well,
they are being punished for taking over Bear Stearns at the encouragement of the government.
Absolutely not.
No?
What they did was they took over these businesses at pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
In the case of Bear Stearns, they basically bought a building and got the business for free because the building was worth about $1.2 billion.
And the government encouraged them to do that.
And they went in their eyes wide open. They didn't have to do it. No one put a gun to their head.
They did.
Absolutely not.
The government did put a gun to their head. They were vigorously encouraged to take over Bear Stearns, and they did not have time to do due diligence. It was the height of the panic.
Who needed to do due diligence? They were in deals with Washington Mutual at the time.
You are blaming them for not doing due diligence.
They were doing business with Washington Mutual that are subject of this action. They knew exactly what they were getting.
You just said that they went in there eyes wide open and they do business with them. On the other hand, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac did business all day long with these guys. How come they were somehow aggrieved? Why is Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac a victim to the tune of $9 billion, using the same argument that you're using, knowing the business? They should do their own due diligence. How did they get ripped off?
Yeah. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, there was actual misrepresentations made by these banks during this crisis about the quality of the loans.
Come on. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they were in this business. They've seen every loan ever made in this country. It was their responsibility. Just like you're saying it was J.P. Morgan's responsibility on Bear Stearns. It should have been Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's responsibility to know what they were buying. They just got in over the head. That's why they borrowed $187 billion from the American public that will never be paid back. And this is a witch hunt. Bottom line.
They violated the securities laws. They violated them in an egregious way. They toppled our economy in 2008.
Oh, you bought the line, haven't you?
Absolutely not.
It's all the bankers' fault. It's all Wall Street's fault. Tax them, rape them. Yeah, they're wicked
Absolutely
people.
not. This was no gift.
So,
they got profitable businesses, and they went to a record high after inheriting these businesses. These businesses who had dirty money on their balance sheets.
They got profitable businesses. Bear Stearns was profitable.
At the end of the day, the business that they took
profitable.
It was worth bankrupt. More than what they bought it for.
It was bankrupt.
They went to record profits after they took them in. This was not an eyes wide shut deal.
So
this was a calculated risk that they took, and I still think that they made money on it.
It was not a calculated risk. It is a witch hunt. Now, real fast, 10 years down the road, 2 years down the road, a small bank gets in trouble. I'm a big bank. You think I'm going to take them over? This government is going to kill me if I take them over.
You're going to take a calculated risk. You're going to look at what's ahead of you and decide whether or not
Janice,
it makes
I tell
sense.
you what I'm going to do. I'm a big bank, and I'm going to say, no, thank you. Under no circumstances, I'm not looking at anybody because I can't trust the government.
You're a risk-averse entrepreneur. Not always a good thing.
No, I'm not allowed to be an entrepreneur if I'm a big bank. I'm not allowed to be.
J.P. Morgan took $23 billion in reserves for their litigation, including this fine.
Oh, so you're saying they can afford it?
They knew what was coming. It's the biggest proof that they knew what was coming and they knew what they were getting into.
You drank the Kool-Aid big time, didn't you?
All right. Kool-Aid.
Clearly. All right. Janice Malecki, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
It was a good discussion. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.